I'd like to proceed this video by saying that if you are going to leave a comment about how you think I'm stupid without actually presenting any facts, please do continue with it. They are my favourite to read. Take a shower and embrace the conservative shift. What conservative shift is this? Is this what you're talking about? That doesn't look like what you're talking about. So it seems we're here at what seems to be a now weekly instalment of What the Hell have the Liberal Party done wrong now? If you're not like me, that is chronically online looking at Ozpoll content, then you're probably not aware of the fact that Victoria is facing a state election in about a year's time, and our favourite people over at News Corp are currently doing anything they can to get the Liberal Party into power, because that's obviously the party that they're going to get the most business ventures out of. And yet it seems in a dawn of God, another fuck-up has come towards us. They've just elected a new Liberal leader, whose name I have to Google because I've forgotten what it is already. Jess Wilson. Now, if you watched her address of becoming elected as the leader of the Victorian Liberal Party, then you may have noticed that she sounds like a Year 9 kid reading off of their public speaking script, because she says the same thing about 5 times.
The Liberal Party room spoke very, very clearly.
Oh, why though?
They spoke very, very clearly
Why?
about the fact that we need to put our best foot forward at the next election and ensure that we were going to put our best foot forward at the next election, put a team together that can take us to the next election and provide that credible alternative to Victoria.
We're gonna put our foot forward at the next election by putting our feet forward. I feel like the second she opened her mouth, I didn't believe a word she was going to say, because there is no soul behind those eyes. She sounds like a robot, but then again, any good Liberal candidate does. And by good, I mean like good at being in that party, not good as a person. They never are. Seems like there's a bit of trouble going for them at that party at the moment, if I'm honest. I mean, if I'd had my ass handed to me not once but twice in a row at elections, even worse the second time, I probably wouldn't be all that great either. I realised today I'm wearing my very vibrant red shirt. This is when you know we're talking serious content. This is Labor Party stuff right here. I mean, take a look at the demographics for their votes. It seems that millennials and Gen Z, who have now become the highest majority voters for the first time, have really not connected with them all that well. Not only that, but also when you look at the gender vote, they don't seem to be doing well with women voters at all, especially young women. So, what do? Well, they appoint a young woman in charge of the party that's about to face an election. Seems like a smart idea if you ask me. I mean, that's totally going to win if you ignore every other thing about it. Although I realise that saying this is a bit pointless, because when you look at the average Liberal voter, you can pull up any number of facts. I could pull up any number of graphs right now about how they're terrible economic managers, and they just would lose interest. Which is funny, because this is the same party that seems to be repeating the current American talking point of, the woke left don't like facts. As soon as you bring up facts, they lose all interest. Hell, we only have an anti-corruption commission in government now because the Labor Party implemented it in government after Scott Morrison's Liberal Party refused to implement it, which I think says all you need to know about their lovely shenanigans. Back to the point I was making before about the whole media thing surrounding the Victorian state election next year. I'm from New South Wales. Does it affect me? I don't know. Who cares? As I said earlier, obviously, you know, the one that the mainstream media really want to win is the Liberal Party, because obviously they're big on their big businesses and cutting tax for the rich and what have you, and so they're going to be getting the best business ventures out of them. So I'm seeing this really weird thing in all of your right-leaning, right-wing press where they're just describing Melbourne as this, like, a dystopia. Apparently everyone is a criminal there, and it's all the immigrants' fault, and, you know, etc, etc. We do seem to be having stuff like that in New South Wales, I think, you know. Well, then again, I think the Labor Party across the whole country is going to face a lot of scrutiny in the media, because when you come from a decade of leaders in the coalition who have just done nothing but, you know, new scandals come out every week, things get really boring really quickly. So what are they going to do? Well, it seems like after the whole debacle they've just had with dumping net zero, it seems like there's nothing they can do. They're doomed. Yeah, I sincerely doubt they're going to be winning any elections going forward on a federal level after, one, the absolute cock-up that was the last election, and two, the fact that they seem to be just throwing anything into the ether so they don't have to split the coalition again. I mean, that was a mess enough last time. If the Nats want something, we'll go for it. David Littleproud, I love you. I also don't think it helps that Susan Lee has been having a lot of difficulty in interviews lately.
Last question, guys. How would your policies actually reduce emissions?
Emissions?
We've said we will reduce emissions. On average, can I just finish? On average, year on year, in line with comparable countries, and as fast and as far as technology will allow. So that is our policy, and coming from that, breakthrough technologies, realigning the CEFC and ARENA, which now invest or underwrite taxpayers' money in wind and solar, which don't need their help, but we would repurpose so that they would look at these breakthrough technologies, and in 25 years' time, there will be technologies that we're not talking about today.
Let this be a lesson to everyone. If you have to say, let me finish, you have no idea what you're talking about and you're just stalling for more time. Hi, Future Elliott here, editing the video. I also would like to say that I don't think I've ever heard a crazier deflection than, well, the technologies we're going to use, they don't exist yet. We haven't talked about them because we can't talk about them. It's like, tell me you have no idea what to say without telling me you have no idea what to say. They obviously have no plan going forward. If you're being asked over and over again, and this new Jess what's-her-name is saying the same thing already, if you have to be asked over and over again, but how, and all you say is, oh, well, we'll see, just don't worry about it, then clearly you don't have a plan, and no one's going to believe you, and no one does. I mean, the polls are really not changing. I mean, apart from the concerning rise in One Nation, it seems like most people don't really have any faith in the Liberal Party anymore. Hang on, let me play for you. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. This is Brad Batten, the former leader of Victorian Liberals, and this is his address of after he was dumped by the party.
I'm not going to take questions at the moment, but I'm sure that all the great members of the Fourth Estate, if I don't, I'll be more than happy to have a beer with you later, because that's what Brad is, and we'll have a chat over a beer later on. Thank you. What went wrong? No, I'm feeling good. No. What went wrong? Did you stand?
I like how he very quickly dismisses it. He doesn't answer any questions, which, to be fair, can you blame him? That's embarrassing as hell. Imagine that. You didn't even make it to a year as a leader of the party at the state level, and you've already been booted, and everyone's like, mate, what went wrong? It's alright though, all you have to do is have a beer with him, and he'll tell you. He'll tell you everything. So, are the Liberal Party doomed? Well, all you need to do is look at the various holes in their plans at the moment and all the things they're failing to address, refusing to address, or simply just don't want to address. That's the same thing, Elliott. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll do another one soon, doing some more shenanigan updates, because I'm sure some new crazy thing's going to happen in like the next week, knowing them, and that'll be exciting content. So, shorter video for today, of course, but looking into the future, we've got some grand things to talk about.